Oi. Nice one. Oi. Fish on. Good fight. Good fight, that. Good fight. Gave up a really good fight as well. This guy's been kept on ice overnight. It's a good, there you go. It's a good eating size, I reckon, this one. So let's just weigh him for reference. What's that? A kilo, so a couple of pounds. It's a good eating size. Get nice some nice fillets off of it. So I would advise is that you gut the fish straight away, but I didn't have a chance yesterday, so I'm going to gut it now. All of the offcuts here, by the way, they're not going to go to waste. They're not going to go to waste. So turn the fish upside down, cut down the middle section there, and remove the guts. Okay, like that. Empty the cavity out. I'm just going to freeze these because nothing's going to go to waste. Still going to go back into the marine environment. So give this a little rinse out. Rinse out the cavity. Okay, now what I do, if easier, if you try and scale this fish with the fins on, when you get up here, it tends to catch the edges of the fins. I'll show you. If you use the back of the knife, see how it catches the fin? So what I do is I just go in shallow and cut the fins off. Okay, and same underneath. Just that fin there, just before you scale the fish. Yeah, so now what you do, turn your knife upside down, work from the back, and run your knife along the fish. Make sure you get the underside as well. This is a messy process, so if you can do it outdoors, I'd advise it. You can also do it under running water, stops the scales flicking everywhere, but I've got the luxury of being outside, so make sure you get all the scales. As I say, it's a lot easier if you just take those fins off. Yeah. Okay, turn it over. Same the other side. Scales flying everywhere. It's worth doing though, because you can leave the skin on then, and if you're pan frying or however you're cooking, that skin, you can get that skin nice and crispy. You don't have to worry about these scales. So there you go. Okay, give that a rinse, get rid of that. Fish gutted and scaled. So now we can fillet the fish. So you can bake this whole and encrusted in salt if you want. It's a good size to bake whole, but in this instance I'm going to take a couple of fillets off. So what you want to do is you want to go in at the top here and then down just next to this fin here, cut down, and then what you can do is even easier if you take the fins off the top. You can start here and run your knife along. This is the backbone here. Run your knife along down there. It helps that the fish is super fresh. Then you want to turn it like this and run the edge of your knife. This is why filleting knives have this thin edge. Run the edge of your knife down, holding it against the bones. When you get to this part, you've got these long bones as part of this, like the rib cage of the fish. So you can cut through them, but I like to just slide the knife just across. You can see there's not much meat left on there. You're left with this nice fillet. You're left with this nice fillet here. So what I like to do is just clean it up, just take the edge off, and I like to take this part of the stomach line, and there's not much meat there, so get rid of that, and then you're left with one lovely fillet. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So same again. What you want to do is I start down here because I'm right-handed. Start down here and cut up to there. There's quite a lot of meat in this part, so you don't want to miss it out. And then glide your knife along the backbone. You can put your knife in, keep it down, and then cut along like that, and then just turn the fish on its so you're facing the top. Slide your knife down. Almost peeling the fish away as you go. There you go. So again, that's not as clean a fillet, that one, but what you can do underneath this cavity here, and I'll just trim that stomach section off. There you have it. 2 lovely fillets. The frame of this fish is going to go in my crab pots. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to cut through there. As I say, none of this goes to waste. This is going in my crab pots as pot bait. Okay, we're now in the kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry the sea bass fillets with some sliced potatoes put in the oven, and then a onion and white wine sauce, cream sauce to go over the fish. So what we'll do first, we're going to slice up the potatoes, just skins on, very basic, fairly thick slices. Okay, that's good enough. Well, then what we do, we get a bit of olive oil into our roasting dish, and then put our potatoes, lay our potatoes down like this. And then a little drizzle of oil over the top again. And then a sprinkle of salt. A couple of grinds of pepper. These go into the oven for 25 minutes at 180 Celsius. Okay, for the bass we want some high heat. Get a little bit of butter in the pan. Gonna melt that down, get this pan nice and hot. In the meantime, these fillets that we saw the fish filleted earlier, we're gonna give them another, just pat them down, make sure all the water's off the surface of the fillets. This is gonna help the cooking process, especially skin side. If they're dry, moisture free, it's more chance of you getting it nice and crispy. We're only going to cook one of these fillets, so I'm going to probably cut it in half. I've dried it off. Now I'm just going to cut it in half, like that. We're going to cook these 2 hot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop of olive oil in there as well. So we're going to gently score these fillets. Not even really piercing the skin, just that. And then what we're going to do, salt. Get some salt across those. Also going to get this water on. I'm going to just steam that broccoli, so I'm going to get that water up to the boil. So you can see that's now smoking away. That's pretty warm now. So once it starts going dark and smoke like that, you're ready to go. So what you want to do, put the skin side down and hold the fillet for at least 10 seconds. Otherwise the skin retracts in and the whole fillet curves on itself. Obviously watch your hands in this process. If you need to wear gloves, wear gloves. Second fillet. They should really just need a minute, maybe a minute and a half on this side, just to get it nice and crispy. Come in. So you can see the skin's actually retracted a little bit there, which is a shame, but it's nice and crispy. A minute on the flesh side, a minute on the flesh side. Just a couple of cloves of garlic, fairly finely chopped, doesn't matter if it's a little bit rough, and then an onion, one whole white onion. I mean, you can use red onion if you don't have white, but okay, onions, again, fairly finely chopped. Get that pan back on the heat, and then we're going to put that onion and garlic in the pan. There it goes. Right, we've got 5 minutes now, so we're going to steam our broccoli. There you go. Broccoli goes in. The sauce is very simple. It's just, I guess I'd call it a creamy white wine sauce. Basically, you want to brown. You want to soften and brown those onions. So what we're going to do now, they're just starting to turn brown, but we don't want them to be too brown. What we're going to do is we're going to add in a little bit of white wine, a little bit of Chardonnay here. So we're going to pop some Chardonnay in. Obviously the wine glass goes next to it, so pop some Chardonnay in there. And we're gonna let the alcohol cook off of that, and meanwhile, one for the pan, one for me. So again, it'll only take a minute for that alcohol to cook off. The smell here is just... This is basically the same sauce you'd make for a moule marinière. So an onion, garlic, white wine sauce. We're going to add a little bit of cream at the end. Once the alcohol's cooked off and this is reduced a little bit, we can add a bit of cream in at the end. It's a shame that you can't smell this. And now I'm going to add some Guernsey double cream. This stuff's the absolute bomb. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. I'm just going to stir it in. Look how yellow and rich that cream is. Okay. I don't want to overcook that now really, so I'm just going to turn the heat right down until I'm ready to serve. I'm going to add a couple of bits of salt and 3 grinds of pepper maybe, just mix that in. I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of fresh parsley. Time to plate up. So we've got our crispy sea bass. Cheers, guys. Right, let's give this a go. That is good. But if you like this video, then please hit the like button, and also if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button's been in the corner of the video the whole way along. I'll try and get the pointing right this time. It's down there. Look, they're just there. So click that button there, and yeah, I look forward to making the next video for you. Take care, all the best.